Welcome to Enots Engineering. I'm Alan. Today in the workshop I'll be fitting the radius attachment on the lathe to turn two sphericals. One is a steel spherical 24mm, the other is an aluminium one which is about 15mm. These have both got 6mm threads in, so we can use them on the end of a rod as a lever. So let's go into the workshop and see how we do it. The first thing I want to do is take this piece of aluminium and drill and tap a hole in the end M6. I'll start by facing it off. I'll now drill a 5mm hole with a depth of 11mm. It's 11mm deep. So in the tailstock I've fitted my spring-loaded tap guide, but the problem I have on the back of the tap, it only has a dome on the tap, it hasn't got a centre drill hole. So what I need is to change this end to this domed end. Just turn it round, put the spring back on, push it back into the holder. So now I have a domed end on here, tap, that should come up to the back of the tap, put some tension on, that should guide the tap. Now that's hit the bottom of the hole. I'll take it back out. I'll take the tool off, remove the tool post, and next undo the two grub screws that hold the compound slide. Take the slide off. Replace the top slide with the radius cutter. This part goes into the dovetail. Tighten the two grub screws up. This part rotates. I made this block so that the carbide insert is at centre height. Tighten up the tool holder. So this is my centering pin. It's just a pin that fits into a hole which is in the middle of the bearing underneath with the flat. That flat is on the centre line of that pin. So if I put that in the hole, that flat's on the centre line. So all I need to do is adjust my tool till it comes there. This distance is roughly 10 mil, which is half the diameter. And then tighten the cap head bolts up. This fixture was made in the lathe in a 4-jaw chuck, all the parts, as at the time I didn't have a milling machine, but now I have a milling machine. I can see that I can modify some of these to make it smaller and better. Let's recheck. Now when I touch the face, that should be the diameter I need. I'm slowly feeding in the top slide as I rotate the cutter. I've just reduced some of this material at the back so I can swing the tool round. Right, so I'm going to take the turning attachment off and replace it with the parting off tool. And I've placed the workpiece further back in the chuck to reduce the vibration. Now I've drilled and tapped the end of this piece of aluminium M6, and I've put a piece of M6 threaded rod into the ball, and now I can screw that into the end of the aluminium bar to hold the ball. The ball onto the end of the rod. Let's see if it runs true. Finish off the ball. Before I go too far, I must watch this end here, that it's not going to hit the chuck jaws. I've got a slight clearance at the moment. Well, that's how I turn a piece of aluminium into a ball, and now I'll try it with a piece of steel. I've just held a piece of steel in the chuck, and now I'll rough out the ball by hand. Put that in the chuck. This steel has a larger diameter, so I need to adjust the radius to about 25mm. This is a 1/2" slip gauge. I'll set that position. I'll move the bar out of the chuck to give me some clearance for the radius fixture so I don't hit the chuck jaws. See how it's running. That's the finished item. I haven't got a complete spherical because of the back here. Just unscrew it off the end. And that's the two spheres, one in aluminium, one in steel. Oh well, that's it for today. Hope that was useful. Hope it's interesting. If you liked it, why not subscribe? And we'll see you next time on Enots Engineering.